Hi, I'm Audrey Gorman, and I will be talking about my internship with the Borgen Project. So, a little bit of background: the Borgen Project is a nonprofit organization that addresses and advocates for global poverty and hunger and is working towards ending it. The Borgen Project is a huge advocate for global poverty, and we believe that as the most powerful nation on earth, our leaders can be doing more to address these issues and fight to fix them. We believe that poverty needs to be focus of U.S. foreign policy. Extreme poverty is not an issue that everyone is aware of, and it is extremely sad and important that we address this issue. Learning goals. By the end of the first month of my internship, I would have gained at least 100 from my donors. So I ended up earning actually a total of 152 by fundraising through social media and in my community, so I surpassed my goal. By the middle of my internship, I hope to have reached out to my representatives at least 20 times, informing them about issues of global poverty. So I ended up reaching out to my representatives upwards of 50 times by the end of my internship because I reached out to them multiple times per week for 12 weeks. And my last learning goal that I wrote at the beginning of the semester was by the end of my internship, I hope to have learned about new strategic campaign approaches. So I was able to take part in a strategic marketing campaign during my internship, which helped my strategic campaign approaches. Projects and responsibilities. I created a branding campaign. I had a branding campaign going on in which I would have house guests play games, and the losing team would have to call Congress and advocate for causes that my organization supports. Um, I created flyers and hung them around campus to promote political advocacy and the importance of calling Congress. I conducted an informal focus group and gathered feedback for market research. Uh, I held a focus group to get feedback about my organization's social media pages and website, and I got a lot of good feedback from that. I sent letters to editors of local news sources. I created broadcast and digital media like YouTube videos, informational graphics, social media posts, etc. I created and implemented a fundraising strategy. I fundraised on my social media and in my community and raised $152, like I said earlier. I planned, marketed, and presented at an informational meeting. I held an information meeting to inform my audience about volunteering opportunities with the Borgen Project. I utilized social media and developed strategies for web based messaging. I assisted the Borgen Project's advocacy efforts by calling Congress and emailing them multiple times a week. Skills I brought into this experience. So I had some public relations skills from past internship experience. I had some marketing experience from previous internships or coursework. I had social media marketing experience, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint experience, Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, Lightroom experience, Pro Tools audio editing, public speaking, and strategic communications experience. Skills that I am taking away from this experience: advocacy. I think that advocacy is not something I've ever really taken part in. I've never really been politically active, and I think that this was something really outside of the box, which also brings me stepping out of my comfort zone. I had never really done this before, and fundraising with people you know is a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. Cold calling, event planning, because I had to plan my own event, social media marketing, and time management, since I didn't really have any set hours. I got to make my own schedule. 3 things I learned: I learned how to manage myself and my time, working in an efficient way while balancing all other aspects of my life during this internship because I also have an on campus job and take 5 classes. 2, I learned that the best way to fundraise is truly just reach out to everybody. Even if it is somebody that you haven't spoken to in a long time, you never know who is going to be willing to donate. I learned that even if you're doing an internship that you realize you aren't passionate about it, it is still important to work your hardest and make a good impression on the company. My legacy, I think that's something I contributed at my organization that I'm leaving behind is my responses from my focus group. And that was conducted a focus group on how the public views the Borgen Project's website and social media page, and I actually received a lot of great feedback that I think the organization will be able to benefit from. Something valuable I now know is that this internship is good if you're interested in political advocacy. It has a great schedule for people who like to be in charge of their own time. I did really like that. You don't get to work in a group or have a real work environment, which is something I didn't really like because I didn't get to interact with a lot of the other interns. Although it is unpaid, you are required to fundraise for the organization and ask family and friends for donations, which can be a little bit uncomfortable at times. So if that's not something you're really into, then this is not the internship for you. Moving forward, I think that overall this has been a great learning experience. And I have learned that I'm not interested in political advocacy. I have gained better interpersonal skills and I'm better at talking with people that I'm not familiar with. And I think this internship will benefit me professionally because it was good experience with creating branding awareness and how to use different marketing strategies. And I think overall it was just something good to get under my belt. And yeah, thank you.